All right, shifting gears now, we've got attorney Greg Remmenga joining us live in the studio this afternoon. We're continuing our discussion of the 5 different ways to lose your case. We're on to topic number 3.
Right. That's credibility. Remember, we've always talked about the fact that when you present your personal injury case, you have to convince a jury. And if you do anything or have anything in your past that could affect your believability, you need to address those and figure out how to salvage your credibility.
Because you can bet the other guy is going to be looking for those things that you may have done, you may have made a mistake, and you really want to make sure that that is not going to hurt you.
Well, we can go from the obvious things. Perhaps you had a criminal charge when you were young. They could bring that up to make it sound like you're unbelievable. But the more non-obvious things are, you overstate your case. You say you're a lot more injured than you actually are. The jury may not believe you, and if the jury doesn't believe how bad your injury is, they may not believe how it's affecting you or any of the things that kind of has a domino effect. Another thing that you could do is you don't know your own medical history and you say, no, I've never complained about my back. They go through the medical records and discover you've been complaining about your back several times. That's going to make it so you're not believable.
It's another thing too, because it's kind of a thin line you walk. So in our past discussions, you've said that you really need to document everything that happens after an accident. Even if it's a little twinge in your back, you can't just say, I'm okay.
That's right, because if you don't disclose those things to your doctor and later you come up and say, now I have a pain in my back, they probably won't believe that it's due to the accident, but it's due to something else. And the whole credibility issue also comes down to your look, your appearance, how you talk. Obviously, if you dress up, you're going to be more believable when you go in front of the jury than if you're wearing sweatpants. So some of those things you just need to address and look at and probably have an attorney help you so that you can minimize those effects on your credibility. Here's how we'd like you to set. Here's how we'd like you to address your past criminal behavior. Here's how we'd like you to address the fact that you didn't know about your back injury. We can try to salvage some of those things if you get an attorney involved.
All right, well, that's some great advice, Greg, and thanks for being here this afternoon. If you have any questions, I encourage you to give Greg a call. His number is on your screen, and stick around. I've got your full forecast coming up.
If you want Greg to answer one of your legal questions, visit KREXTV.com, click on Live in the Studio, and submit your question on the right side of the screen. Watch Greg's segment every Wednesday on News Channel 5 at noon.